Okay, so the early stages of E3 have finally taken hold, and I'll be damned if I'm going to make like 6 fucking videos talking about all the things that went down. I am going to cram it all into like 4 to 5 minutes. So let's get started. Okay, so let's talk about the most important thing that happened at E3 2015, day one. And that being Kevin Pereira from Attack of the Show. The only thing missing was Olivia Munn in all her sexy goodness. And speaking of goodness, Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb also made an appearance with the Bethesda crew. And maybe perhaps they were just there for nostalgia feels, but damn it if it didn't work because boy was I feeling nostalgic. Anyway, speaking of Nintendo, they actually had a little competition by letting what I assume to be pro speedrunners compete for the Nintendo trophy by playing custom Mario levels from several different Mario games. From the Mario Maker thing that's about to come out. Or maybe it's already out, I'm not even fucking sure anymore. And watching the absurd things they had to do truly did remind me of being like 8 years old playing Nintendo and dying over and over and over again. Oh, and Reggie, the reader of bodies, actually played a pro gamer in Smash Brothers. And despite what my mother told me when I was little, shit just doesn't happen because you want it to. And Reggie, the body of the gods, got his ass stumped into oblivion. But still, it's good to have him step out from his ivory tower and enjoy a fun game with the people. Probably the best part for me was seeing that 1980s style billboard in the background that reminded me of the Nintendo propaganda movie The Wizard. That's a nice throwback for some old school fans there. And after the fun times, Bethesda decided to grace us with their games, and we finally got to look at Doom. At first, it seemed like a highly polished shooting gallery, but after the demo had finished, I realized that it still looked like a highly polished shooting gallery. And honestly, that's what I want, especially with the multiplayer. They announced Doom Snap Map where players will be able to go in and create their own levels, and as a person who wound up spending more time in Halo's Forge mode than in the actual game itself, I am looking forward to playing around with this and seeing what I can create. Now, moving on from that, they announced so much for Fallout 4, one being a iPhone iPad game called Fallout Shelter, which kind of reminds me of a mix between XCOM and This War of Mine. So I'd love to play that game, except for the fact that I don't own a damn iPad or an iPhone or any iProduct except for an iPod Nano that I listen to while I'm exercising. I, in my great foolishness, decided to go for the Galaxy Tab S, and now the world gets to laugh at me. But to anyone out there that owns an iProduct, and judging from that video, that seems to be every fucker that was out there in that studio audience, then I suggest you try the game because it's free and on the App Store right now. But as for Fallout 4, the game itself looks decent enough. The stand the fuck still system is back, where you zoom in and get to highlight just which part of the body you want to shoot. Another feature they announced was the ability to mod weapons to such a degree that they will no longer look like the weapon they started out with. Which to me looks more like the weapon is just evolving based on the player's needs. Hell, even the name of the gun changes the farther you go into the system. And the last important thing about Fallout I wish to talk about is the ability to build a freaking home base, by which from what it seems, it looks like a little town, and you will have to set up generators for the power and have turrets to protect it from the bandits that might randomly attack it. Now, I think this is a cool feature, and maybe, if I am lucky, I'll have people come to my little death town and beg me to stay because they are looking for a place to stay that is safe. That way, I can live out my dreams of becoming a real slumlord with all the perks involved.
Number two, you still owe me another month's rent.
Anyway, moving on from my dreams of having my name added to the sex offender list that they hand out in the public schools of my town, there's one more thing that I wish to talk about, and that is the trailer for Dishonored 2. You see, they really showed just a CGI trailer. Why the hell did I say CGI? A CG trailer with no real gameplay. And while that's fine, I wonder just how long this will be a thing for developers to do. I mean, graphically, games are looking pretty damn good right now. So I wonder, why do we even need CG trailers anymore? Is in-game footage still not enough? But outside of my little gripe there, I still need to finish the first Dishonored game. And that's pretty much it for E3 Day 1. They showed a lot of footage and gave a lot of answers to the questions that people asked. But there's one more thing that I would like to complain about. And now, I'm not sure how many people feel that way, but the walking system in Bethesda games, to me, is absolutely terrible. The movement system never feels to have any real weight to it, as it feels like you're just sliding across the ground rather than walking on it. It was the case with Fallout 3 and the same with Skyrim. And I can't tell from the video, but I do hope that they have upgraded the movement system to be a little bit more gripping. Anyway guys, that's it for the E3 Day 1. And I don't know if I'll be able to do any more E3 days because, well, I work like 12 to 14 hours a day this week, so I'll probably be lacking in a bit of content for a while. At least you know about it. You all take care, and I hope you have fun.